Hi everyone, this is to go over the study guide for your nonfiction test. So section 1 was about vocabulary and definitions, and hopefully this was pretty simple for you. So number 1, tone is the author's attitude towards the subject. Number 2, your mood is the emotion that the audience is intended to feel. And again, remember, this is intended to feel. As readers in the audience, we are always each of us is going to have a different bias or a different opinion on something. You want to think about what the author intends you to feel after you're reading it. Statements that are based on opinions are subjective because they can be argued. So again, subjective statements can be argued. Number 5, the main idea is the author's overall idea of a text. Number 6, objective statements are based in fact, and that is because they can be proven. So number 7, objective statements can be proven. For number 8, the dictionary definition of a word is your denotation, so it may be helpful to remember D in denotation for dictionary definition. Number 9, your summary is going to be a condensed version of the original text in your own words. And number 10, the cultural or emotional association of the word is your connotation. This is going to be those connections or the cultural association that goes with the word. So for number 11, your answers are probably going to vary. It may have marked it wrong, but don't worry, we counted it so it doesn't count. But you want to think about how the word choice impacts the overall tone of a text, because this is how the author conveys their message. This is how you're able to tell if an author is being sarcastic or if they're being serious, if it's informational, if it's, trying to inspire you to do something. An author picks very specific words when they're doing that to help you as the reader determine that. So for the next section, these questions are related to the text recycled shoes, and you should have determined whether each is subjective or objective. So for number 12, people are encouraged to drop off their unwanted shoes at one of the company's collection sites. This is objective. This could be proven. This is based in fact. I'm sure we could look up the policy on Nike's website about how people donate these shoes. Number 13, Nike, a major United States sportswear company, has spent the last several years doing some serious soul searching. This would be subjective because of this part here about the serious soul searching. People could argue the intention of this program, of the recycled shoes. We could argue why they implemented this and what made the policy come into place. So that is subjective. For number 14, the company currently has more than 50 collection sites throughout the United States. Throughout 35 states. This is objective. We could prove how many collection sites and in what states they are located. 15, after approximately 5,000 pairs of shoes have been collected, Nike sends a huge tractor trailer to pick up the shoes and take them to the company's recycling plant in Oregon. This is subjective. This was a little bit trickier one. The word here that's going to get you is the word huge. That could be arguable. What kind of tractor trailer? Is it like one you would think of? Is it a tractor trailer that has two kind of trailers connected? Does it look more like a dump truck? So again, this is a little bit trickier one, but the word huge in number 15 makes it subjective. 16, in other words, the company wants your smelly old sneakers. The words smelly and old could be argued, and that makes it subjective. And number 17, after the shoes arrive in Oregon, they are sliced and separated into 3 sections: the top, the middle shoe, and the outer sole. This is objective. It can be proven. We could look up the process of how they're separated and prove what sections they are. So your next section was still in regards to the same article of recycled shoes, but this deals more with other nonfiction skills. So what is the author's overall tone? The correct answer was informative. This author was writing to present you with information. Okay, so first of all, it was more on the positive side. So biting and speculative would not work. Biting means it's really harsh, it's really sharp. Sometimes it can be determined as mean, so that wouldn't affect. And speculative means that you're speculating about something. You're not sure, you're kind of putting the facts forward, but you're like, well, decipher this for yourself. So that also would not fit. And lively while it is more upbeat, it's not full of life. It's not inviting you to kind of, you know, get all excited about something. Informative is your best answer because it's putting forth information about the program and how to be a part of that. Number 19, which evidence best supports the author's tone? All of these would support the tone of informative. They're all giving us facts about the program. So it's telling you how they're advertised, what the program is, the parts of how they take these shoes and turn them into the playground and different surfaces, and then also about the pellets. So again, all of these would apply for that question. When it comes to the intended mood, again, what did this author intend you to feel as you were reading it? And they wanted you to feel motivated to be a part of this and to recycle your shoes. So again, just looking at positive and negative, this had a more positive mood. So aggravated, they didn't want you to feel annoyed or frustrated about it, and they didn't want you to feel exhausted. Both of those have a negative mood to them. And when it comes down to liberated and motivated, do they want you to feel free, or do they want you to feel like you should take action and do something? So motivated is our best answer. Then it asks you which of the words helped you reveal that mood. So when you look at the options, you have encouraged, which is almost like a synonym for motivated. It talks about people are encouraged to drop off their shoes. They want you to feel motivated, and they want you to feel to be a part of that process. And also with option 3 here, each year Nike selects a neighborhood that could benefit from having the new sports surfaces. So in that motivation, you're doing something to benefit others. The words eventually and thoroughly in this case are pretty neutral. I don't know if like thoroughly cleaned about the particles and the eventual plans of the company really make you feel motivated to do anything. All of the following words have a negative connotation except high performance. High performance has a positive connotation. Rot, landfill, and unwanted in this specific passage all have a negative connotation. 23. Which of the following is the best denotation for the word soul as used in paragraph 1? And we wanted you to consider the context of the word, not the spelling. So in this case, they were using a pun of soul, how it's spelled, S-O-L-E. That's how you talk about the sole of a shoe, the bottom of a shoe. But what they really meant was soul searching, S-O-U-L. And that's kind of like looking inside, taking an introspective look at yourself and figuring out like, okay, what do we do next, or what comes next? So in this case, D, the essence or embodiment of a specific quality, is our correct answer. The overall main idea for the passage, so the overall message the author is trying to give out, is about the Reuse a Shoe program and that the Nike shoes are recycled for those. The whole passage is not about recycling, so that wouldn't fit. The whole passage isn't about dropping off shoes. This would be a fact. And the whole passage is not about Nike shoes. The passage as a whole is about that Reuse a Shoe program. So as you're reviewing, remember what we taught you about main idea is try to identify the topic first and then think about, well, what about that topic? So in this case, the topic was reuse a shoe. What about the Reuse a Shoe program? And it describes it. Which of the following is the best first sentence of a summary? So again, thinking back to summary, you need to have the title, the author, and the main idea. So in this case, it has the title and the main idea. We don't know the author for this, so that would not apply. And a major supporting detail, the one that you would want to include is the company uses local stores and advertising to promote the recycling of Nike shoes. You do not want to use quotes in a summary. Again, a summary should be in your own words. So quotes you can eliminate right away. And then Stryker Park in Richmond, Virginia has a recycled shoe surface. This is not a major supporting detail. We could take this fact out of our summary and it would still be exactly the same. Our last three are about MLA formatting and comma rules that we have reviewed. So, in our sentence, people are encouraged to donate their unwanted shoes and help Nike make playgrounds for underprivileged communities. The correct answer is that the comma is not needed. So this help Nike make playgrounds for underprivileged communities. This is a dependent clause, so you do not need a comma. 28, looking at it again, people can help by donating directly to Nike, or they can donate to one of the many cooperating stores. This does need the comma. You have your coordinating conjunction here. Looking to the left, people can help by donating directly to Nike. That is an independent clause. And they can donate to one of the many cooperating stores. That is also independent, so a comma is needed. 29, which of the following options has the correct in-text citation for the article? When you're talking about an article title, it goes in quotes inside the parentheses. And for 30, is all information for a book or an article is available? What two items belong in the parenthetical or in-text citation? The correct answer is author's last name and page number. So if you are pulling the information from a book or an article title, you definitely want to have the author's last name and the page number. Hopefully this was helpful. Everything is posted for you on Blackboard, and you can take this quiz as many times as you want if you need extra help. Good luck studying.